talking to Cornelius. Conversation 26. The new year. The present day may be regarded as, in some sense, a typical resurrection for the colony. Old things are passing away for it, and many new things are coming into it. Its very name is changed. It is no longer to be known by the harsh, complex, and infernal cognomen of Van Diemen's Land, but the far more euphonious and agreeable name of Tasmania. Certainly this latter appellation is far more suitable than the other for our sunny skies and varied and beautiful scenery, and our children will be better recognised as Tasmanians than as Vandemonians. Let us hope that with our new name, the representations of our enemies will be forgotten, and both Tasmanians and Tasmania take at once that position in the eyes of their brethren which they deserve and ought to have. The new name is a particularly grateful one. It commemorates the emancipation of our colony. We had long been, but we forbear. We are unwilling to revive again the miserable memories of the past. The past is dead, and our future lies all broadly before us. Colonial Times, Hobart, 1st of January 1856. 1856 was quite the year, old man. You and Bridget had reached the age of 30 and were approaching 4 years married when John was born. It's a notable delay given the era in bringing a first child into the world, and it opens the door to speculation. Were other children conceived, then lost, before John, in the hard life of the southern bush? There's no record of any conceptions or births before John. In fact, the year he was born is only known because of the age he gave in his marriage, 25 years after he came into the world. There is record of the general hardship that impacted on the survival rate of infants in your world. The family was destined to know its share of that hardship. On paper he was John, but in the world of his family and friends, he was Jack Donnelly. A name in common with one of your brothers back in Antrim, old man, and maybe a name with a long family history, but still, Jack Donnelly. A name brim full of newborn colonial hope. And there he was, firstborn son to you, old man, nothing but a slip of a thing to be held and marvelled at, as he cried out for attention, as his lips pursed and trembled with an infant's insatiable hunger, and his eyes stared out at a bewildering world. And there he was, Moma, object of your maternal Irish devotion, all vulnerable in the world, save for the protection of God and Mary and the old true saints of Ireland. I wonder what songs worked best for him in the too early morning hours. Did you fold him in the stories of Clare? Did you murmur soft, sad songs in the old language, then take him up in happy jigs to cast the gas out of his belly? And what was it like to have a wee infant falling asleep on your shoulder in that strange bush world, and you with an Irish imagination that flickered with stories of changelings and all manner of unexpected spirit world trouble and loss. How many times did you bless yourself and the child just in case, when the night wind rustled a little too hard against the walls, or some bush devil let rip with a scream in the night? How many old customs and rituals did you use to ward off the evil and keep your home safe? And how deep was your determination as the wee babe nestled for a feed, that this one would never know what it meant to live in a starving world? All those imaginings and remembering and resolutions dancing their merry jig through your mind, Moma, holding the child, past, pressed to the future, a scene that could truly be called the beginning of our family. Jack Donnelly. Father to my grandfather, grandfather to my father, great-grandfather to me. And the beginning of it all set in the year 1856, when everything in the island colony was changing and new. Jack was part of that bigger story. The old name, Van Diemen's Land, and all its associations were cast aside. Jack Donnelly was born a Tasmanian, born in a colony about to elect its own government, born in a moment brim full of hope for the future. The prospects of the colony for 1856 are far from discouraging. We stand upon the fruition of our new political constitution. We tread upon the eve of self-government. With wisdom and caution, we should choose our augmented number of councillors. In the light of high principles, let us advance in our career of national action, disdaining all that is base and unworthy, all factious and party strife, all hatred and grudgings as between man and man. Let us direct our unity of sentiment to the advancement of Tasmania. Let us educate, harmonise and soften. Let us be just and fear not. Let all our aims be our country's, God's and heaven's. Let the debates of our Parliament, whether they touch upon retrenchment, wastelands, or any other topic of public importance, be conducted in a gentlemanlike, courteous, and forbearing tone. Let our public men remember that they are lights upon a hill, examples greatly availing for good and evil, with many talents committed to their charge. So will 1856 pass satisfactorily through its various phases, until, in the fullness of time, it is numbered with the leaves and mould of former generations. And if, at its close, upon the graves of its present journalists, the flowers of memory shall not yet have been scattered, they will be able to record respecting it a period of advancement in the history of Tasmania, socially, morally, and politically grateful. The Courier, Hobart, 1st of January, 1856.